Crossroads. Tonight, we're going to play a game, a vocabulary game, similar to the game of Scrabble. I know that many of you have played Scrabble before. Those of you who are unfamiliar with it, the idea is to take the letter tiles, arrange them into the form of a word, and play the word on the playing board. And then based on the word that you have and the number of places on the board where you're at, you get various points. Well, we're going to play something similar to that tonight. But I don't want to end up choosing my own letters because I am a magician doing a magic show, and if I choose my own letters, well, you're going to think I cheated. And you'd probably be right. So I need 7 volunteers to help me come pick some letters. How about this second table here? Could I have all of you come on up? Just line up right here across the front, please. Can I please have I need one more volunteer. Could I have you have one? Yeah. I need 7, just right up here along the table. There's some room for all 7 of us up here on stage. And Pastor Walt, where did he get to? I know, Pastor Walt, you're a bit of a grammar Nazi. Can I ask Pastor Walt to also come up and help me? We have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And Pastor Walt, if you could come up here and join me. Now, for my 7 volunteers, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have each one of you reach into the bag. You're going to pull out a letter tile. You can look at it, but keep it to yourself. Don't show anybody else. And in a moment, I'm going to have you present me with the tile as you make your way back to your seats. I feel like in order to get to the spirit of this game, I should alter my language just slightly. So, Beth. Huh? No. I hope not. Beth, I entreat that you take this satchel of graphines and shake it paroxysmally. Brava! Now, Beth, please take the open satchel and present it to the 7 volunteers. If I could have each one of the volunteers delve into the satchel and extract a singular graphene for thine own ocular pleasure, none other. And Beth, please reciprocate with the satchel down the line until the 7 volunteers have done thusly. Now, Pastor Walt, as these 7 volunteers are choosing graphenes, I thought maybe I could have you help me choose a lexical sign. So, Pastor Walt, as I riffle through the folio, by acclamation of cessation, bid me cease at whatever temporal singularity you like. I'm going to flip and use this. Oh, right there. Now take the ligneous secreted graphite stylus, and if I could, have you inscribe a small circle approximately the dimensions of a pecuniary pittance representing the value of a decimated dollar, arbitrarily in situ. Just a small circle without looking. Okay. We'll mark your place, and I'll come back to you. Just hold on to that. All right, if I can have my 7 volunteers present me with your graphenes and make your way back to your seat, please. Naturally, as this private radio may be perspicacious to you, while words may be diverting and pulchritudinous, they can, if overused, cognitively perturb, but also be a pleonastic and intellectual fertile to the auditor. I said fertile, not anything else. Hyper-Brobdingnagian words can make the elocutionist seem egotistical or pompous. They can alienate your audience or bewilder the listener into an aphakic stupor, as is evidenced by my current endeavors. While it may be a salvatory exercise to be well-versed in the vocabulary of one's language, I feel that our speech ought to concatenate around linear Lilliputian utterances when casually conversing with colleagues. No? Bravo. I think I'm about ready. By the way, which of my volunteers chose the letter B? Which one chose the letter B? Ah, thank you. I think that would go right nicely here at the beginning of my word. Pastor Walt, I believe I'm ready. If you could open the book to the chosen lexical sign. It is my fervent hope that through this sesquipedalian demonstration of a frivolous calm, I have successfully rendered my intention that whenever possible, one should eschew ossification. Pastor Walt, what is the chosen word?
The chosen word is believe.
Word. It can be fun to use large and confusing words when playing a game like Scrabble. But Sometimes when we talk to our friends or our colleagues about Jesus, we use words that we become accustomed to. Savior, sanctification, even sin, faith. And to an unchurched world, some of these words can be just as confusing as some of my language was to you tonight. So tonight, let me close by giving you a short demonstration where I put my own advice to work. I will eschew obfuscation. I will do away with the large and confusing Christian lingo. Tonight, our word was believe. And tonight, I'd like to encourage each of you to believe. Not in magic tricks, certainly not in me. I've told you on many previous occasions, I simply create an illusion. Tonight, I want to encourage you to believe in one who is far greater than I. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so let me back up and start at the beginning. You see, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This entire universe is His kingdom, and He is the king. That makes us His subjects, or His citizens. Now, as it was good and right for the king to do, the king has established certain laws that we are expected to obey. But I have to start with some bad news. None of us obey His laws. We have all broken His laws. We are all guilty of crimes against the King of the universe. And thus, we deserve the king's punishment, which is death. And that is the bad news. That's the mess we find ourselves in. Beth, could you take this? Fortunately, Crossroads, our story does not end with bad news. So now, let me tell you about the good news. God still loves us. And so God, in the person of Jesus, took on a human nature. The Message Bible says that He put on flesh and blood and moved into the neighborhood. In one sense, Jesus sort of took off His kingly garments and He put on the garments of a commoner. He came to earth, lived the perfect life, and then in the greatest act of love known to man, Jesus went to the cross. Now, the cross was not a religious icon. It was the Roman government's version of an electric chair, only much more painful. Jesus went to that cross, and here's where the love of God was on full display. Jesus took the punishment that you and I deserve for our crimes against God. He literally became our substitute. We had committed the crimes. We deserved God's wrath. And basically on the cross, Jesus said, I'll take your place. Punish me instead. Jesus died on the cross. 3 days later, He rose again to life. And now, because of the love and the sacrifice made by Jesus, God offers each of us a pardon for our crimes against Him. Crossroads, I hope I've entertained you tonight. I hope I've made a few of you say wow and maybe put a smile on a few faces. But in the overall big picture scheme of things, that's rather frivolous. If you only take one thing away from my demonstration of gospel magic tonight, take this. If you haven't already done so, take a moment tonight to believe. Put your active trust in Jesus, not only as the one who saves you from the punishment that you deserve, but also as your master, the one who rules the rest of your life. Crossroads, thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience, and good night.